Okay, we are back. We had a power outage, and well, anyway, sorry about that, Jen. You're gonna have to do just like a smidge of editing. Oh, of course, now my thing's gonna. All right, brother, you wanna take it back from the ages of valor?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Hey, while you're doing that, I'll just tell the audience that, hey guys, sorry we had technical difficulties. The recording got shut off because I have a giant storm here. I live in I live in Tornado Alley, and there's massive storms going off right now, and my power got cut. So we're getting back. We have to do a little bit editing magic, and we're gonna have to. So we're gonna start back over at the talking about the ages of valor.
Yeah. Ah, oh, never mind. I didn't screw it up. Good. Okay. Aegis of Valor looks like Imperious's armor from heaven. Two-piece set bonus. The charged bolts of Fist of Heaven has a chance to cast another Fist of Heaven. Four-piece set bonus. Hitting with Fist of Heaven reduces damage taken by 1% for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 50 times. It should just be a flat damage,
I
but
agree.
whatever. Increases the damage of Fist of Heavens by 10,000%. Um, that stuff alone isn't enough.
Yeah, it's got some supporting items that go along with this, so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it just um, Big Daddy Den 76. You can check him out on YouTube. He's got videos. He does great content, Diablo related, and he does lots of videos. He's got a video on this. He's got a video on the monk, which is what we're going to talk about next. But yeah, even he was saying it needs a buff. The doesn't have enough toughness. It doesn't have enough damage. It just hits a wall. Um, I don't know. Maybe key farming would be good for this. I don't even know if you can farm keys with it. It's just underwhelming, which is disappointing because this is a new set, and like you get a new set, you want to come out the box real strong, hit everything super hard, and just murder everything. But that's not the Crusader is not the hero of patch 267. So anyway, moving on to the monk. Um, the monk also got a new set. It's called the Patterns of Justice. It's got a two-piece bonus, sweeping winds, gain the effect of every rune. The four-piece bonus, each enemy with sweeping winds increase your movement speed by 5%, stacks up to 10%, stacks up to 10 times. And the six-piece bonus, attacking with Tempest Rust while sweeping winds is active, will temporarily increase the size of your sweeping winds after hitting over 30 times within a short period. Sweeping winds damage is increased by 10,000. Um, the set of this is very unique. I think I really like it. I really like it on the female character. The big blue balls, I could do without that. But what are your? I mean, what are your thoughts on the balls?
I think Ritzy would enjoy that. He'd be huddling all over that character.
Yeah, I mean, he likes blue balls, and they're right near the face. This is this is right up Ritzy's alley. The set is phenomenal, though. I like the way that it's designed. I think I like the female version a lot better.
You know what this set does? I think it's gonna help Sun Wuko a little bit.
Again, guys, this is a little under. It's a little weak. It needs a little bit more buff. They got to bring it back to the buffo meter and get it buffed up a little bit more. It's I mean, I don't know. It's like a sweeping winds thing, right? And there's already a lot of sweeping wind builds, so I don't know. You think that it would be this pure murder, but it's just not. Uh, so again, the monk not the hero of patch 267. So who's the hero of patch 267? Shazam.
Um, the barbarian.
Yeah, baby, barbarian. Now, if you heard me earlier, woo, the barbarian. Dang, look, no, the barbarian did not get a set this season. Only the two characters, the monk and the crusader, got it. But they like buffed these items up, and they buffed up the barbarian items by leaps and bounds. And for some reason, I can't find it. Jesus Christ.
It's down below.
I'm
It's
looking for it. Da, 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 da.
We'll
Starts
get,
going
I say we'll get to it.
Sorry, guys. My power went out. I had this right up on my thing, right where I wanted it. I apologize. Power outages and blah, 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 right? Arrgh. Okay. So the first thing they did was the Wrath of the Waste. 6-piece bonus damage. The damage bonus now also applies to Rend. Now I know what you're thinking. The Whirlwind does 10,000% damage, but that also applies to Rend. And then, what else did they do to this thing here? I'm kind of blah, blah, blah. The belt, the Lamentation belt, increases the damage of Rend by 150 to 200%, and it also allows Rend to stack 2 times on every enemy. Now you're whirlwinding around, and you're just bam bam. So you're hitting him, you're hitting the enemy, putting 2 Rends, bam bam, 2 Rends right on, which is massively buffed, right? There's a sword, the
Ambo's Pride.
Yeah, Ambo's Pride. Sorry, like I said, my notes is all jacked up. Anyway, attacking with Whirlwind also applies Rend, and the total damage of Rend. Yeah. Whirlwind applies Rend automatically, and then the Rend damage is, instead of done in 5 seconds, it's now collapsed down to, it does all of its damage in 1 second. Man, this is a massive buff. Ooh, it is so strong. They buffed some other items, but I think the clear winner here is most definitely the Whirlwind Barb. You can go in and you can look at all of the items, unless you want to talk about other items that got buffed or whatever.
Nobody's talking about the other items. That's the weird part. They're not talking about any of them.
Yeah, like there's a Hammer of the Ancients thing. There's a Seismic Slam got buffed. There's the item, the Forge Cutter. It buffs the Seismic Slam to do 50% faster attacks and increases by 100 to 150%. And it slows and chills the enemies, or onslaught and chill the enemies. So if you do like a cold damage, it does this huge buff. Seismic Slam also got the bracers, right? Where the Seismic Slam deals 400 to 500% increased damage to the first 5 to 10 enemies it hits. So they definitely buffed up Seismic Slam, but I don't even know if anybody tested that. Call of the Ancients got buffed up, but I don't know. It's weird that they cut these items out for the Whirlwind, and then also did like Seismic Slam and Call of the Ancients and Hammer of the Ancients, and it's like, it was kind of like a weird thing to me that they did all that, but that stuff's fine. The Whirlwind, though, is ridiculous. Right now, the number one guy on the PTR has cleared a 131 with phenomenal gear, mind you, and 0 augments. He has nothing augmented. Now he's mostly primal with great rolls, But hello, you shouldn't be able to clear 130 with without at least some augments. Like,
Here's my defense to that. If you look at the non-season leaderboard on the same PTR, and you see people with 10,500 Paragon, and all their stuff is augmented 130 plus 130 to 150, everything augmented, and they only did a 135. That ceiling isn't very far between no augments and augments. You know what I mean? And
I wonder if it just doesn't scale very good.
And like 1,000 Paragon to 10,000 Paragon
is a big deal.
There's 4 greater rift like levels between that. That is nuts.
I just, like augments is so much power though.
Yeah, you'd think.
And it's not one person. It's not one person that has cleared that high with no augments. A lot of people's clearing that high with no augments.
So it's 10,000 Paragon. That's a lot of.
Yeah, no, I understand. No, I'm not. I'm not beating the guy down. I'm just saying that, like, if it was one guy that had 131 clear and everybody else was like 120 or something, I'd be like, okay, something's up with that. But it's a lot of people with no augments that's cleared that high. So I don't know why the guy with all these augments, all these Paragon, all this power, like, how come he isn't just smashed through? Like, how come he isn't doing a 150? Like, you know what I mean? Because it just seems, I don't know, maybe he just didn't try. Like, maybe he did a whatever clear you said it was,
135.
35. Maybe he did a 135 and said, sweet, this is a good build, and then didn't do anything else with it. I don't know. Those other guys without the augments, they are really pushing though. I gotta say it's a fun build because like, you kind of have to bend around some items, and you kind of have to some passives and some skills in order to get some defense going because the defense is rough. You get one-shotted like crazy. But once you get your defense going pretty good, you're unstoppable. That whirlwind is just, And then, with all the speed buffs we got, with the seasonal theme and the power, you just murder through. It's a lot of fun. I seen a video. I got very hyped about it. I was on vacation in the middle of nowhere in a cabin on a mountain next to a lake. And I watched a couple videos and I couldn't wait to get back, man. As soon as I got back, I leveled to a 70. I grabbed a bunch of gear. I had just a ton of fun. And yeah, I'm excited about 19 because the seasonal theme is, with the exception of the Season of Greed, so I'm going to name this the second best season so far. I mean, Season of Greed is obviously the first best season. I mean, who doesn't like double treasure goblins? If you don't like double treasure goblins, you're a communist. It's just what it is. So, like, Season of Greed, best theme, best name ever. Then, second best would be the Season 19, the Season of Eternal Conflict. Yeah. They buffed the drop rate for the Legacy of Dreams.
They upped the drop rate.
Well, okay, they upped it.
When did you get it? Here, this is an honest question.
Third gem.
Third gem?
Yeah.
Mine was the second.
I'm not mad about that. I don't really have a definite opinion of it. I mean, yeah, if you were, you get in and you want to do like a legacy, like a Legacy of Dreams build, and it's kind of like you pick all this other gear up in order to get to this, and you're doing riff, you're doing a riff, you're doing a riff, you're doing a riff, you're doing a riff. You're like, dang, I only do my gym. So I guess, right, because Legacy of Dreams is super popular. I'm not mad about it. It's just like, okay, I didn't even know that was a thing that people were complaining about.
Well, it's a good starter because if you have no, like you hit 70, first gems are powerful. Like you're still basically trash for like first hour or two after the season starts after you hit 70 until you start getting through the chapters and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, getting your welfare epics.
So if you get a like a Dreams gem like pretty early, you can get that thing up to 40 or 50 and then just go and just annihilate all the chapters and you just get all your sets and then just put the gem away. Like that's what I'm assuming because
I like I said, I'm not mad about it. I was just like, okay, they upped the drop rate. I didn't think of it in that terms. That does make a lot of sense. That what you're saying makes a lot of sense. It could help you boost. But hello. The Whirlwind set is the free set from Hadrian's Gift. So God, they're gonna smile upon the Whirlwind Barbarian for this season.
Nah, still got UE, buddy.
No, look, UE's great. It's. I didn't say you need to play it. I'm just saying that it's. Come on, man. You've seen. It's. Yeah, come on, bro. You got it. You got to admit it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right.
I was looking for a non-clicky build, and I was thinking play the Crusader, see what the new set looks like, kind of see. But the new set looks very clicky because you got to click all the Fist of Heavens. You got to click it. It's. I need something. I hurt my arm. I don't know. I know I keep saying this on the show, but I played all day today, and I'm fine. My arm's great. I just whirlwinded to victory. A couple weeks ago, I was thinking about a barbarian because I was like, maybe the whirlwind, and this is before I knew anything about this stuff. And I thought maybe I'll pick up a barbarian, do the whirlwind thing, where like you just hold the button down and you clear, but it's not as good as some of the other sets I've played, and I don't know if I want to play a character that's not as viable. And so I was thinking, like King Tut was saying, hey, check this strafe set, the Natalia's set from the Demon Hunter. You could strafe and just one click channeling, Well, I was thinking about that, but then this news came out, and I immediately made my mind up. I was going to test the Barbarian, and if I liked it, I was going to Barbarian for the next season. So if they murder the build, I don't know what I'm going to do, but if they leave it at least somewhat, I know they got to take it down some, right? Like, let's just get realistic. It's all, they got all the buffs.
But here's the question: How could they drop it? They didn't. These things that they added aren't like 200 to 300%, and we could drop it down to 25 to 30%. It was this thing does it in 1 second. Well, the only way to nerf it is this thing does it in 5 seconds like it did before. That's the only thing that they could do. You know what I mean? To nerf it.
I think if they did it, the reason why they moved it from 5 seconds, Neverlistus was talking about this, from 5 seconds down to 1 second, is because it's a build that causes a lot of lag, and it was really killing their server. And if they moved all that damage down to 1 second, somehow mathematically, the servers run much better. I don't know. They're programming voodoo. but for some reason it works better. So I don't really see them doing that. Now, if they made it do it in 2 seconds, that's cutting your damage in half, right? So maybe they do that, but I don't think they'll put it back to 5 seconds for sure.
They could nerf the belt, but that increased damage to Ren by 150 to 200%. That ain't nothing compared to 10,000%.
Yeah,
that's.
We were talking about it because so many people are so excited about the whirlwind aspect of that build, and yeah, the whirlwind does some damage, 10,000%, this, that, the other. But that Rend is murdering. It is ridiculous because that was initially set up as a skill doing damage over 5 seconds, so it's a lot of damage. And they just smashed it all down to 1 second. And it gets applied twice, by the way, so it's twice as powerful. I guess they could have the belt only apply it once.
I don't see where the belt applies it twice, unless that was the original.
It allows the ability to be applied 2 times. Let me go down. If you go down to the patch notes, blah blah blah. Sorry, I scrolled way back up, of course, because
I'm on the patch notes, and it only tells you the new stuff. It doesn't tell you the old stuff.
Okay. If you mouse over it though, and it gives you the picture of the belt.
Oh yeah.
And it says Ren can now stack up to 2 times on an enemy, and then added to that was increases the damage of Ren by 150 to 200%, which I don't think that they really needed the 150 to. The big deal of that is that it applies 2 times. Now, I don't know. I just don't know how they'll fix it.
It might take
the big deal. The big deal about the belt is that it stacks it 2 times, and if you take that away, then you no longer need that belt, and you can run something different.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's. I think they're gonna have to rein it in a little. I hope they don't, because it's very fun the way it plays right now. It's very powerful. You slide all over the screen just in a murder fest. It's very fun. Anyway, this was a longer episode than what we normally do. But we had the contest, we had the PTR news. I wanted to get both out at the same time. I would just like to say congratulations to our 2 winners, Rona and Zero Fate. Yep. Also, some admin. We have a really great editor. Her name is Jen. She does another podcast. It's called Jen's Lore Corner. Bookofjen.net. Go there, check her stuff out. We talk about this every week. But she does like this lore podcast for people who might be listening who normally don't. She does like a lore podcast all about and if you're newer to Diablo, for example, maybe you're listening to this show because you wanted to figure out who won the BlizzCon virtual ticket. Sorry. She edits our show. She's been on our show before. She helped build the show. She's a great person. And she does like these lore. She loves the lore of the game, and she just goes through it. And she's a great storyteller. And she really puts it together in a great way. So just, bookofjen.net. The podcast is called Jen's Lore Corner. It's a lot of fun. Go check that out. Speaking of checking stuff out, we got a Patreon, and that is at patreon.com/Soulstone. If you love our show, which I know a lot of you guys do, you could throw us a couple bucks or whatever you want to do. There's a lot of options on there you can go through there and read. If you give us enough money, we do a second show called Showtime Storytime Showtime. Jeez, I'm so am today. We do a second podcast, like a monthly thing called Storytime with Deadgreed and Shazam, where we go off with these. Doesn't really have any necessarily anything to do with Diablo, but it's just like fun stories, just like as an appreciation. Like, hey, thanks for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Just a little extra thing, other than just saying thanks, guys. If you're out there and you're working real hard and you got a lot of bills and kids, or you're just greedy like me, and you don't want to give us any money, don't feel bad, because the best way to support our show is literally just listening like you always do. And other than that, I don't think I'm going to do other media. There's no Blue Notes because BlizzCon soon, pimping soon. One other quick mention. In Discord today, a lot of people were asking, because like last year we were doing like this listen to BlizzCon thing where we were listening to BlizzCon in the group Discord, and then like once the panel was over, we would go discuss it like while we were waiting for other panels, and we would talk about what happened and whatnot. And a lot of people were asking us, hey, are you guys gonna do that? I know that I have to work, so after work I'm gonna be listening to panels. I'll be in Discord. We'll be chopping all about what's going on, this, that, the other. I'm sure lots of stuff's going to get posted. We're going to do a special BlizzCon edition of the show. So the show right after BlizzCon, we're gonna, because me and Bo Shazam both had the virtual ticket, so we're going to be privy to all the news, all the happenings. We're going to cover everything probably in great detail. It'll probably be a long show. I hope it's a long show. I hope it's not, hey, nothing happened. See you next year. But anyway, just listen, and we'll cover everything. If you didn't win the virtual ticket, sorry, guys. We only had 2, so we did what we did. And you have anything else for the show, Shazam?
If you didn't win, blame Siri.
It was Siri was very judicial in her picks. I'm not sure why she did 10 and then 9. I don't know. Hashtag conspiracy theory. I'm not really sure what happened there, but those were just random numbers that had nothing to do with each other. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate y'all guys listening. If you're newer, because the contest, we do this show every week, and I don't know, I try to have fun. I'll just wave goodbye to our great listeners and our fans, and I'll let Shazam, if you have anything else for the show, I'll let you do that now.
I'm debating on whether or not to call off on 11-1. So.
You're debating.
So I might be in Discord like most of the time for the thing.
As y'all can see, I'm getting pretty sick here.
If not, I'm leaving early that day because I literally last year I'm walking to my vehicle leaving work. And then, like, my phone goes off, and it's like Diablo Immortal. And I'm sitting in the car watching the videos, and I'm like, I'm not buying a virtual ticket. Blizzard can go F themselves this year. And then I come home, and I get on Discord, and we all, yell Blizzard in Discord. And then I'm just so happening to watch some girl on Facebook. From to this day, I haven't watched anybody else stream on Facebook, but for some reason, she was streaming from BlizzCon, and I won a virtual ticket from just watching her for 30 minutes, and I'm like, well, I'm done watching her now. That's the only reason I got a virtual ticket last year, because I wasn't giving Blizzard my $50 or $60, whatever the hell it was, because I was so mad that Diablo 4 wasn't announced. and Diablo Immortal was, and I'm like, nope.
I'm over the whole last year thing.
Yeah.
I'm particularly excited about this year. It really seems like they're going to put the gravy on it. They put the brakes on Diablo 4 announcement. We know Randy was saying, man, we're going to talk all about all the Diablo projects, multiple Diablo projects. We're going to tell you all about it. And they literally haven't said a word about any of the Diablo projects. I'm excited. Maybe we'll get some announcements of like what the sets are for the other classes. So I'm excited. The D4 announcement, like uh, some Diablo Netflix action, maybe a comic book. I'm not into comic books, but okay, whatever, I'll take it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm stretching the show out. Don't need to. Um, it's close, and I'm happy about it. So, with that said, I will say goodnight, and I will let my friend Shazam say the same, and I will let Shazam close the show, sir.
You've been listening to episode 233 of the Shattered Soulstone, your Diablo community podcast. Miss an episode, you can find the show's blog, listen to the show archives at www.shatteredsoulstone.com. With your support, you can help the show grow. Become a Patreon today, patreon.com/soulstone. Come join us in-game or in-game community and clan, both named Shattered Soulstone. We're open to anyone who would like to join. You can also join us on Discord for the ultimate team and community-based experience. Find the Discord invitation link on our Twitter and our Facebook page, as well as the Shattered Soulstone website. This show is powered by you, the listener. Send your contributions, thoughts, questions, and feedback to show@shatteredsoulstone.com. We love Twitter. Come join and tweet with us. You can find the show's Twitter at Shattered Stone. Deadgreed is at Deadgreed1812. And I'm at Shazam081. You can find the show's Facebook page at facebook.com/Shattered Soulstone. We would like to extend a huge thank you to Medros of Dawnforge Productions for hosting our Loot Deviant show. You can find more shows from the Dawnforge at www.thedawnforge.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, from all of us here at the Shattered Soulstone, over 232 episodes for your listening pleasure.
Dawnforge! Yeah.